with Blitz and
Okay.
Captain getting the updates.
Oh, okay.
What's up,
What is
guys?
it?
SHAREfactory Gaming here, and today we're gonna be talking about a different video. It's not an ace or anything. If anything, it's more of a serious note on it. But I just kind of wanted to talk about the mid-season reinforcements buff with everybody, or not buffs, but nerfs and buffs. But with everybody else talking about it, I figured why not. Uh, we have someone else here with us today that's gonna be like talking about with the commentary. Griff, go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. We're going to be talking about today's commentary
Yeah, no
on
shit,
the
retard.
mid-season reinforcements. Hey, who
But
cares? It's fine.
How do you personally feel about the Capcan update before we start?
Me, I think it's a great buff because Capcan, it was too slow. I've tried to put the traps around the map while her brother's Capcan main, so he's just really happy. I think he'll be a great addition. He'll be a lot like Ella and Lucian, where he can stay around the traps and kind of hear them go off and then get an easy kill.
Yeah, it'll make him a way more versatile operator, you know.
Yes. But actually,
How do you
picking
feel about
bullets.
them taking off the lethality of the traps, though?
The lethality is obviously balancing reason. It's to balance the operator. So I can kind of see if he had 5 lethal traps randomly across the map that had invisible lasers, that would be absurdly overpowered. So I can see where they're coming from though, because it does like 60 damage, so they'll be pretty easy to kill once they come over to you.
Yeah, I see your point, but how do you feel about the 40 to 60 damage depending on what armor you're on? Do you think it should have a balanced damage like 50 or like a set damage like 40 or 60? Like, what's your opinion on
50
that?
regardless of what happens.
And great job, Ubisoft. Thanks for disconnecting that match. But how do you feel about the Blitz buff? For me personally, being a Blitz main, it's more of a how you feel on it. I'm just gonna leave my opinion out of this one. I'll touch on it later, of
Okay,
course.
the Blitz buff. I think it's great. Blitz can now actually blitz. He can blitz the objective. It makes him a lot more viable now, like supremely viable.
Alright.
Uh, yeah, that's my thoughts.
What do you think about the recoil buff? Or, well, I guess for some
The
characters,
recoil
nerf.
change.
Well, I like to call it a buff and
Okay,
a nerf for some characters, depending on who you're talking about. Like
the
with Buck,
burst
it's gonna be a buff.
for sure because of his M4, the C8. Okay, these changes. They're amazing. That means, especially in the pro scene, bro, this will be huge because
Yeah,
now
okay.
that you can.
Do you think it's gonna make the game more like Counter-Strike Global Offensive or CS:GO?
No, because okay, those two games are completely different. I can see some of the
Honestly,
aspects being the same.
that is so far off because these games are actually made on the same premise of like it's like certain teams of certain like people going against each other. The only thing that I could say is really different is you don't have to buy the guns, but you have to buy the operators and you have to buy the attachments for the guns and attachments and operators and the ability to like I guess run in a sense is what you could say. I feel like anything besides that is exactly the same kind of in a sense, if you know what I mean. Because
Yeah,
this
I
game
have
did
that
take major
comparison.
inspiration from CS:GO. If you didn't know that.
It did, yes, it actually did take major inspiration. But okay, so these recoil changes are gonna be great, because then if you main an operator, that'll just make it better because you will find your own uniqueness in that operator.
Yeah. How do you feel
So
about the
like,
cap? How do you feel like it's gonna affect Capital as you being a Capital man?
okay, I feel like this is gonna affect the Capital hugely because, okay, so ever since he got his grenade taken away from him, he became
Obsolete.
not better than Ash. As that kind of offset that.
Oh shit.
But but if the recoil pattern, I imagine it not being too bad for Capital because the gun it doesn't kick that much of a guard like in the first place.
Good work.
Yeah.
Biohazard
I mean, have you seen the SMG 11's recoil pattern?
Uh. SMG 11?
Yes, the secondary for.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I never really that don't have a bad like recoil pattern, because I always burst
The
fire it.
recoil pattern. Okay,
I
the recoil
always burst
pattern.
fired it, so I mean
So
I
all
never really
the
see what you're talking
SMGs will get a similar recoil pattern of zigzag. So like come here, come by me. Where are you?
about.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, come here. As Blitz, come here. So it will become the recoil pattern for most SMGs will be like this.
Yeah. Uh, can I? I'm gonna. They're my dickhead. I'm gonna go ahead and put my opinion on the Blitz update right now. And oh my lord. But I feel like the recoil patterns with pistols are going to actually kind of hurt Blitz more than help him. Oh my Jesus fucking Christ.
I can see where that's coming from, though. Do you have anything else to say about anything?
Well, besides the fact that I just completely potatoed on that guy. Let's talk about these new operators, because it doesn't have to be just a mid-season reinforcements thing. It can just be like this entire like new season. How do you feel about these new operators?
Okay, these new operators, for starts, Ella is unbelievable. She instantly put herself in the meta.
She has grown in the meta exponentially. I don't know if it's because of her booty or because everyone's kind of looking at IQ like that. And then they kind of turn to Ella, which I find weird. I'm not gonna say anything else on that subject. But I personally feel like Ella is a really good operator. Like I said, the ace on my channel with Ella I got on presidential. That was completely good. That's just Ella being completely good.
Her scorpion is unbelievable.
Yeah, and especially in the right hands and in the recoil pattern and stuff like that, like I have. It's an unbelievably good weapon. It's really is just unbelievable.
And Ying, okay, but as for Legion and Ying, Ying.
Yeah, I just got a 4K with Legion actually.
Yeah,
pretty
Legion
nice.
is once again pretty great. But I think Ying needs a little buff to her LMG.
Yeah, I feel like Ying is her LMG is incredibly like weak, but it kind of makes up for it for being an LMG for what it is with a lot of bullets. But it needs another 100 rounds.
No, but here's the problem. She only gets an LMG, and her secondary is a shotgun. She's the only operator and the attacking operator who has an LMG, except that that's been traded up for an assault rifle.
Well, let me just put it in perspective like this. The LMG is actually a really good gun in certain hands, and the shotgun is even better in certain hands. I'm a shotgun person with Ying myself, but I don't know. I just feel like Ying needs more Candelas.
If you saw the pro game versus Continuum and Flipside, Ying was only picked once the whole game. Well, you saw Legion and the Ella being picked.
Almost
Ella,
every
obviously,
round.
she is in the meta now. Like, Ella is straight up in the meta.
Yeah, I kind of want to say Ella is the face of the meta, but I don't want to say that because we all know our Lord and Savior Tachanka is.
People have you seen Jaeger?
Oh my god, the fucking potato in this video. But you know what? I'm just gonna leave this in the entire video, just because to let you guys know that even like everyone makes mistakes, and I'm not saying that I'm super fucking good or anything, but like it's just some people make a lot of mistakes in potato sometimes. Like I am on a really bad game right now. Like I'm just having a really bad day on this game right now. But I don't want to make it look like anybody can just go in, you know, pick this game up, you know, be super good at it. Like, I started, yeah, it takes time. Like, I learned super quick. Like, ask Griffin how much growth I've had since the beginning of Operation Health when we first met.
Yes, it's been absurd. You went up absurd.
Like, it takes time and it takes a lot of patience.
That's why when you see like these new YouTubers, and especially if you're like a higher level character, like me and seeing new YouTubers, it really does. Oh no! Like when Hollow Point started recording videos.
Jesus. I wish Hollow Point never even went to Rainbow Six. Like whoever recommended this game to him, I
and
legitimately don't want.
duplicate
I
your
don't want to
reason.
say anything. I just want to know your reason why you think he should come in and clickbait the rest of the community. Like, oh, four epics out of 4 alpha packs, or like 3 legendaries and 1 epic out of 4 alpha packs, or something like that. Like, I don't know. It's just the rainbow community in itself is just really bad. I
Find the
mean, it's
biohazard
super
container
toxic.
location.
Like, if you could see the amount of
Hey,
like
it's better
toxic
than the
Giga players we
Overwatch
see.
community.
Good work. The
Don't get me
biohazard
started, Griff.
container
Do
has
not
been
get me
located.
started.
Says the guy who plays. I like to play
Shut up.
Overwatch a lot, really,
I did
but
too,
this is
but
not about Overwatch.
isn't
It's
that all
about
about it?
Rainbow.
Okay. Alright, let's switch gears again. Who do you think needs a buff the most?
Tachanka, of course, but
Dude,
aside from
Tachanka's really good. Actually, like, you just have to have the right hands. Like, I'm really good with Chunky.
same, especially in Garage. By the way, tip everybody if you are in Garage in Oregon,
Insertion in 10
always
seconds.
pick Tachanka, but get the high ground. But buff.
5 seconds before insertion.
I think somebody who's weak right now, it might actually be.
Proceed to biohazard container
I
location.
kind of feel like Monty's a little bit on the weak side, you know? Or maybe even Fuse.
No, but okay, Fuse. He would use Fuse. But Monty, he seems pretty good. But, I
I'm
got
so
you.
bad at this game.
Monty, I think Monty's in a good spot.
I mean, he could use a little itty bitty buff, but I don't know. IQ could use a little bit of a buff to her guns.
IQ has the strongest assault rifle in the game, actually.
I know, I'm talking about her AUG, like, it could be a little bit better.
I guess. But okay, the buffs, because IQ gets a buff every time that you trap operators added into the game. But I think a buff could be used to, like, maybe Thatcher could use an even bigger buff.
Well, I don't see Thatcher needing a buff that much in honesty. He's in a perfect place where he is, in my opinion. Like, I feel like, well, besides Buck being in a perfect place, I feel like Thatcher's in another
Buff is
perfect
in a
place.
perfect place. Buff is in the meta, and I don't think he's gonna get out of that meta
Anytime
soon.
Honestly,
Anytime soon.
the
And
role of Buck
people
players.
are saying ever since the Jackal got the shotgun that people have been saying, oh, Jackal's gonna replace Buck easily.
That's an overstatement in my opinion. I mean, Buck's role in this game is actually like huge because you have to be like with your team 24/7 communicating from like, okay, so I'm gonna give you an example, like people in the pro league, like on ESL teams. You know, Buck.
Let's continue on. My favorite team, by the way.
Yeah, I can tell. But there's isn't there a Buck main on Continuum?
Yeah, not Canadian. Canadian, he's like international.
But yeah, like let's say you're on, I don't know, just pick any map really, and you bust through the floor and your team, Cafe Dostoevsky. Say you're upstairs with your team and you shoot through the floor and they're in train room and you're constantly communicating where the enemies are. He is a extremely good identifier.
Shoot up
Like,
the floor from the top.
yeah, like you can even help your team out even more by trying to get kills through it. If you can't like get the kills through it, you can just like call out to your team where they are and everything, you know, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see. And he's a really good breacher. I mean, his rival Sledge. But
Sledge, Sledge, I feel needs a buff.
No, Sledge's in a great place. Sledge has been.
Sledge is okay, but he could use a little bit of a buff.
In what sense? I'm gonna ask.
His sledgehammer would be infinite.
Makes sense.
I don't know what our IQ is doing right now, honestly, but is there anything else you want to talk about, or any topics right now?
Okay, but let's talk about these. Let's go into some speculation about the newest operator.
New operators. Let's see. Polish. I hope it's a shield. I hope the next Polish operator is a shield.
But okay, so we actually might be getting a new sniper. because in the image there was this image that was showed that was all the new operators. It was shadows of the new operators, and I think it was the guy behind the South Korean flag. He was holding a really big like a very like a beret, like a sniper. So I'm
If they had a
glad
Barrett
that
50
we
cal
have
in this game, the recoil is going to be insane.
agreed, but no, because he looked like he was holding a Barrett 50 cal, but Glass might actually be getting some competition. But I don't know how you can make a gadget better than
I think
thermal
Glass
vision.
is really, he's in a really good place right now. I mean, you can't see dead bodies on your thermal anymore. Am I correct right there?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I've kind of noticed that when I've been playing Glass lately. But I feel like he's in a really good place where he is right now, and this is kind of where they wanted him to be in a sense. Because I think I've heard the devs talk about something like, oh yeah, this is kind of where we wanted Glass to be in the meta, you know, in one of their interviews. I'm pretty sure
like
that
a pushing operator.
I'm pretty sure that's I've heard that somewhere, but I can't exactly tell you where. I have a really bad memory when it comes to these things.
Drone has located the biohazard container.
I feel like Glass is in a perfect place. Holy shit, this drone is like secret agent manning this. Yeah. Let's talk about some of the actual community YouTubers like Russian Badgers, Serenity17, you know, and Priest. You gonna touch on any of those guys?
Yeah. You do like yourself some Badger.
I love me some Russian Badger, but who do you think is probably the worst YouTuber of them all? Oh my god, my potato aim. That's a nade, that's a nade, that's a nade.
The worst of all of them, I think.
Buck hell. Buck, you absolute madman.
Prevent further access to the biohazard container.
Alright, I got Buck down over here. I'm about to interrogate.
You have been identified.
Oh, fuck me. I'm gonna die first, probably.
Who in your opinion?
Come get me, motherfuckers! Lubba dubba dub dub!
Who in your opinion is the worst?
Wubba lubba dub dub! There you go.
Eliminated. Mission successful.
But who in your opinion is the worst?
Okay, who do you think? Oh my god, this guy just carried us. So hard.
Oh my god.
But
In your
I
opinion,
I guess that's really all we can talk about in the time span I'm given. So I guess that's our thoughts on the newest, like, everything, really, kinda. Expect more videos like this to come out, guys, and stay friendly.